Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 91 of the Ask Julius Show. This is Angel River from Texas, and we have, as usual, Kasey Wallace with us. Hi, Kasey. How are you?
Fantastic. Hey, awesome new video, right? Like, this is the first time that I saw the introduction video. All credit to our team. Amazing, amazing work. And so thank you for showing that, to everybody. I'm excited. What is so exciting to me is I have to point this out. So I just want to say this really quickly for the audience for relevance reasons, okay? Julius always tells everybody that we're fractals, not fragments of source, and always makes the kaleidoscope reference. So remember, I don't know if we talked about it last show or the show prior to that, where Julius, we showed you the kaleidoscope that I always look at every morning to remind me of a reference points of how we are. And the kaleidoscope was in the video, right? And they also tell the story about sand, sand on somebody's hand. So very, very awesome job on the video, everybody. Welcome in. We hope everybody's having a magnificent week.
Absolutely. And we know that this week has been special at so many levels. There's lots of things changing. I had the feeling, and I was sharing that with Kasey prior to the show, which is I have the feeling that there are so many timelines crossing right now. There's so many changes in energy, and everything is for the good. And really, obviously, as usual, we really appreciate you for being here so early, being with us on a Sunday, because we're doing the show on a Sunday, as you know, every single Sunday. And by the way, I was starting to share with everybody else all those comments that we have on the chat. We have plenty of them, and people were saying hello and nice video. Exactly, we changed the videos. You probably remember. The powers that be said that we were actually had issues with plagiarism with our music, which never happened. But we decided to start from zero again. Let's wait and see what the powers that be do with this video, which is amazing. It is beautiful. And it's an incredible, production by our production team, in this case, led by the one and only JC. All right. So I was showing here several messages from Katarina, from Star Caliber, from Karen Tackett, Oshune, our friend, from Asia, the one and only Oshune that I have had the pleasure to meet personally in Utah. And then exactly Star Caliber saying, hello, intro. Awesome intro. Hi, guys. Absolutely. It was an awesome intro. All right. So let's start with the first question that we already have here. Let me see. Greg Nyman saying, hello, Angel, Kasey, and Julius. Wonderful to be here. Absolutely. Wonderful to be here. And before we start with the questions, as you know, I always make myself small to give both Kasey and Julius and their group of entities the space that they deserve. And we have so many questions already. Okay, so let's start. The first question comes from, okay, if I'm right, yes, Ashley Bell Caswell. Hello, Julius. You have said that our meat, poultry, and fish have been contaminated. Yeah. Is eating vegan best for my health, or is a small amount of meat, fish, poultry, and dairy good for humans?
Yeah. Great question, Master. So, we want to support that your biological anatomy is one of a frugivore, which is a primate type of body. That biologically, that's what you are. And so the most benefit for optimum health and energy is a frugivore diet for humans. And that's the truth. That's the truth. Whether that resonates with you or not, what we will tell you is this. What we can tell you is this. Yes, of course, unfortunately, the food production aspect in the U.S. especially has been mostly poisoned. And the problem, some of the biggest problems with animal product is the hormones. The massive amount of growth hormones that are in animals compared to humans, and you're ingesting those growth hormones, not to mention the fact that they're adding growth hormones to the dairy industry and to the meat industry. And that's part of what ends up growing cancers and things like that in the body. We're going to support that it has to do with sentience or souls. Okay. So, masters, we're going to support that you are all one. We are all one energy. We are all one sentient energy. And almost all teachings will tell you that. We are all one. Everything comes back to unity consciousness and things of that nature. So if you are consuming the body of another sentient being, then you are consuming yourself, literally eating yourself. Worse than that, what you are eating is trauma and fear, because in your food production industry, there is no way of killing or processing another sentient being without causing fear and trauma in them. That body then actualizes that emotion. That's the last thing it actualizes. And then you literally energetically are consuming fear and trauma. So, on an energy aspect, that is the truth. We don't care whether you want to believe it or not. That is the truth. So high consciousness beings who are focused on unity consciousness, that will come into play. Now, then the question comes into what is sentient and what is non-sentient. What is sentient and what is non-sentient? So there are oceanic animals that are non-sentient, and we can support that type of protein would be consumable by you if you can find a good source for fresh, oceanic life and oceanic food, as well as non-fertilized eggs, if you are mindful of where those eggs are coming from. Okay, so how those chickens are raised and how they're treated and things of that nature. It gets to be very, very complicated, masters, because you've been taking so far away from your own food production. There was a lot of farming going on where people raised their own animals and their own produce and things like that. If you have access to fresh farming produce and foods, that's going to be your best option. But we are going to tell you that they are changing under Trump's administration. They're going to change a lot of this. And so within a year, you're going to see a massive improvement in your food production in the US. Now, you go to other countries and you don't quite have the poisoning systems involved there, but you are a frugivore. You are a frugivore, or a type of a primate, and you can look into a frugivore diet. That would be the optimum for the energetic aspect of your physical body. But your choices, masters, are yours. Blessings be you on your journey.
Excellent. Thank you so much. There were a few questions that I couldn't see myself before we started the show today, but our production team immediately pointed that out to us, and we are going to show those questions immediately. And the first question actually came from XXX, oh cute gaming. The question is, how can we be here alone and liberating Earth at the same time by expanding our consciousness?
You are not here alone, Master. You are unified truth. You're just living under the perception that you're singular and separate. That's the truth. That's how it works. So just because you're limited on your perception as to who you are, thank goodness it does not limit it to all that is. Thank goodness. Okay. Because otherwise there could seriously be catastrophe and an end to you, or to the end of an aspect of that which is source. So whether you're aware of it or not, all consciousness touches itself everywhere. So any version of that consciousness that is expanding their vibration and raising their vibration affects the all. Isn't that lovely? Because even, Master, in your ignorant state, and that is not an insult, that is a truth, because you are undergone amnesia, there is great and grand energy assisting you to be inspired and encouraged and enthusiastic over expanding your own self.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Star Caliber saying my question is on top of here. LOL. Yeah, we cannot see it live, but our production team actually pointed that to me. So we'll get to eat. Okay, so just 1 second. So apparently there's another question before that, which comes from Karen Tackett. Hold on a second. The question is, whoop. Here it is. Don't worry, you don't need to repost anything because everything was already posted and we have an online document and this is being reported to me. So the question is from Karen. Was Melania Trump's attire at the beginning of the inauguration relaying a message? She or her lookalike looked very stiff and cold.
Yes, as you know, as we have spoken of, neither of them are the actual people. They are all lookalikes. That's why you will see her wearing her hats, and they're very, very low, on her face. And same with him. When he wears hats, they're very, very, very low. Everything is planned. Everything is planned, and everything is a psych op. That is the truth. So yes, her clothing always makes a statement. And there's plenty of people out there that can help you decipher all of that. Everything's a message. His is a message. The colorations of his ties, the way he presents himself, the way he holds his hands, the positioning of things. So everything is relevant. Everything is relevant. She is generally always providing what you have come to know as Q drops, And sometimes it's just the fashion. Sometimes if you just research her style and go back to the person who originally designed that for the Kennedys. So she bounces a lot back to Jacqueline Kennedy's wardrobe. A lot of it is a duplication of her wardrobe because she was doing cube drops at that time as well.
All right, fair enough. The next question comes from, hold on a second. All right. No, we already had that one. Okay, so we have another one here. 1 second. Love Lie Lauren, our friend Love Lie Lauren. The question is, what's up with Trump announcing Larry Ellison? For those that don't know who Larry Ellison, he is the CEO of Oracle, one of the largest companies, IT companies or computer companies in the world, and also the company that owns most of the information that the world and the powers that we have of all of us here in this call, in this show, and everywhere in the world. Okay, so that's the question. What's up with Trump announcing Larry Ellison to head the Stargate project? Basically, it was a $500 billion project that was announced from the White House that's going to make America or the U.S., it's going to make the U.S. like the capital of artificial intelligence of the world.
So, Masters, you are looking at a drama playing itself out, and you are watching a movie play itself out for disclosure. He and Elon Musk are not here anymore. They're all actors. They're all playing a role, and they're playing a significant character in a disclosure arena. So, the character playing Trump or Q is the lead in how they're playing this drama out. We would suggest that you sit back and calmly allow the revealment to take place. Continue to send positive energy towards it and keep yourself from reacting to an illusion. You are reacting to a play and a narrative that is not real. It is all about disclosure. His goal in whatever they're going to play out for a term for him, because there's many possibilities, is to be not only creating as many changes or disclosing the changes that have already taken place. So everything has already taken place in the last 4 years behind the scenes. And this is going to be the way that they drop it out there. And just keep in mind that the characters that are chosen are just broadly known and understood for who they are for credibility. But everything is very, very controlled.
Thank you. And we are going to the next question from the Immersive Podcast, TIP. We are all in this together. Is Nasara Jasara happening soon? I feel like we are all going to be wealthy very soon.
Nasara Jasara has been unfolding for the last couple of years. You would have to understand the depths and complexities of it and the phases of it. So yes, in that name and that manner, it has already started. That's what we will tell you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. By the way, a quick reminder to everybody to scan that code on the top left corner of your screen. Because as you know, Those codes always are hiding something extremely valuable. In our case today, we are actually going back to those super specials that we had in place during the holidays. Why do we do that? Because everybody loved them. And when someone has so many, and when we had so many people loving all those specials, we said, why not making them available again to our audience? We love you guys, and thank you for being with us on a Sunday. And we want to make sure that you are going to know and you are going to benefit from those specials. We are going to talk about those in a little while, but meanwhile, I wanted to make sure that you saw the QR code and that you can, point your camera from your cell phone to the QR code, and you can already know what are those specials. We'll get into them probably within 15 to 20 minutes. Let's continue with our conversation with our audience and all the messages that we have here. Stacy Savage is in the house. Hi, friends, and a love heart. Thank you. Hello, Stacy. Nice to see you. And also, after the question from XX Cute Gaming, thank you, Kasey Julius, for the answer. Absolutely, it's our pleasure. And Katarina's passage, love you and thank you. Absolutely. We love you back, and obviously love live Lauren, our unconditional, a member of our extended team. Hi, happy to be here with you all. The happiness is ours. Let's go to this question from Ashley Bell Caswell. Is everyone a light worker, or are some beings down here to specifically bring love and light to those around them?
So, Master, everyone is source. Everyone is source. So you're breaking things down categorically as if you could be anything other than source. You cannot. Okay. Everyone is playing source out at different vibration projections. That's what's going on. If you want to start giving people titles and categorical credibilities and things of that nature, we don't support that. We just don't. You're all wearing costumes. It's all an illusion. Okay. Your game here on the Earthship is to know yourself as source through the physical. That's what you are doing. That's what everyone is doing. Even the ones that end up being nothing but treacherous, low frequency, nefarious energies that just cause problems and cause traumas and pain and suffering and tyranny to the realm. Those still aren't titles for them, masters. They're roles for them. They're roles for them. They're source showing low frequency, knowing low frequency, and projecting low frequency in however way you want to give it a title is irrelevant. The truth is it's frequency. As you raise your frequency, you project the image of the percentage for which you know yourself as source. Those that know themselves more as source energy or love energy is going to help project and change and shift the energy to demonstrate that truth. But on the Earthship, there is a variation between the first level of consciousness and the sixth level of consciousness. It is that way in all of the dimensions, all of them. Okay, that's what the Earthship provides, is an opportunity for a sentient being to work their way through the first level of consciousness to the sixth level of consciousness in different opportunities of densities of matter. So to know yourself as thought through physical. So we do not really like to support light worker, indigo to crystalline, this and that. You're asking us to tell you what costume they're wearing as if that's a truth. It's not. It's just an illusion.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Next question from, let me see. Okay, we already asked one of those questions. All right. So I have a question. Okay, so I have a question. It says Star Caliber. Okay, and I'm reading from the document that our production team is sending us right now. So I have a question. So what is it I am seeing exactly when I see videos of, or you guys, or seeing others in my reality? Is no others? Did I find or set this up for myself?
Mhm.
If we have each our own reality and I find some information, did I put it there and how? Why are they saying to go within if there is no outside of us? Isn't what I'm seeing to begin with?
So, Master, you are projecting your own reality. Yes, that is a truth. That's quantum physics. It's quantum energy projection holding particles of matter together to support what they hold as a truth. That's what you are doing. That is the truth. Okay. Your physical costume is an illusion. There is no in or out of your costume. There is the void, point zero aspect. And you are projecting from that point zero aspect. You are choosing to project a physical costume for which you can interact on the third dimensional realm with the third dimensional hologram that you are also creating. That is what is you are doing. How do you do it? Because you're source. Because you're source. Because you are omni-quantum plasmatic energy projecting thought into a demonstration of itself. Whether you get it or not, don't worry about it. You will. Know that there is far more, but you are your essence and your existence has nothing to do with a circumference measured density space. Nothing to do with that. Everything is a hologram. Everything is a hologram. There is no in, out, front, back, left, right, diagonal. There is nothing of that. There is only the void. The only way to measure any of that would to be project particles of matter to represent that differentiation of a perspective. And when that occurs, it just reassures you of a possibility of yourself.
All right, all right, all right. Let's go to the next question. 1 second, please. This comes from Jedi June. Dear Julius, Kasey, and Angel, I have a question about methylene blue. I'm hearing a lot about it in social media. Does it typically contain any heavy metals? What do you think of it? Thank you.
So, Masters, we're going to support, yes, it has metals in it. And we're going to support that. You need to really, really, really be careful about the information that you are receiving. You have been so duped and so duped. Okay. What you put into your body, Masters, you need to be extremely mindful of, extremely mindful of. And you aren't. You aren't. You blindly dump fuel into your body and you don't research anything about it. And then you want to go in and put something in there that's going to clean up the mess that you dump in there. It's like, I'm just going to pour all of this toxic heroin into my body, and then I'm going to use a product that I'm going to dump into my body to hopefully dissipate it and get rid of it. We're like, maybe I'll stop dumping the heroin into your body. Heroin is just a metaphorical aspect, of course, of the poisons. Do we think that you should be using it? Our perspective is that you don't need to, but that's up to you, Master. That's up to you. Most everything that is produced now has limitation to it. The physical body does not need anything other than oxygen to clear itself, to purify itself, to fuel itself as far as authentic energies, for your particles, for your atomic field and things of that nature. You need food and fuel at this point at your level of consciousness, so we're not going to support that you stop eating. But oxygen therapy and oxygen in the physical body can work wonders for almost everything that you're looking for from some of these other products.
All right, thank you so much. And let's continue with all the questions. The next question comes from, let me see. Jay Bell was wondering whether there will be massive positive changes soon in Australia for disabled individuals who are mistreated in residential homes. We have a relative in care facility. Thank you.
So, Master, that's all about your governments and that's all about your regions in all of your countries. So, if you are asked, there is no future for you other than what you create in every given moment. Okay. So you put out a possibility that is a truth. What we can tell you for certain is this, that everybody's governments are going through a massive shift. They actually already have, and now they're going to execute what has been changed and shifted. That's what we can tell you. What we can tell you that by comparison to what has been demonstrated thus far, you would perceive it to be an improvement in the sense of benefits for consideration of kindness, compassion, empathy, and well-being worldwide and globally is the intention, And it is the very, very intentional movement at this time. That's what we will tell you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And it's that time in the show in which we start sharing. And we're going to be starting to share this wonderful QR code again with all those specials that we have right now. Look at that. This is the QR code that will take you to the specials, and I'm going to share the screen. Here it is, the screen, and we're going to become small. All right, and I'm going to hide this QR code. And these are the 2024 holiday specials that have been extended because we really wanted to give you the opportunity to benefit and enjoy those specials at a very good reduced price. All right, so basically there are several specials here. One of the most popular ones is revisiting and replaying all these incredible workshops that we have already had throughout time, all really experiential and powerful. All right, the Vault sessions. We've been talking about Vault sessions, and a lot of our audience has gone through those Vault sessions, and they have shared with us live their experience about those Vault sessions, personal readings, and DNA sessions. Please, I was going to call it JC. It's JC's omnipresent today on our show. Kasey, please go ahead and share with the audience what those specials mean.
You know, at the end of every year, we try to, like any other company, any other people that put things out, at the end of the year, we always try to run specials to give people the opportunity to try things out with Julius if they haven't had the opportunity to do so. And this last year, 2024, our team put all of this out. This is crazy. We've never offered this many at any given time on special or reduction for people. Never. We usually pick, maybe something here, maybe something there. And we here at Channeling Julius just wanted to do the best that we could to get these offerings and these experiences out. Never before have I been able to facilitate these many processes of variation from Julius. This last year has just been this crazy shifting of all of these processes, and it's continuing on into 2025. So we're just about to launch on the John Burgo Show on the 29th, a vault session to remove the vault that keeps you from being able to take or utilize your progression here and other timelines. We've got other things going on. It's crazy. It's crazy. And we still wanted to provide this for you. So thankfully, we had a great response, and we all just kind of got together, and with love and magnificence, we're like, you know what, let's keep going. Let's run it again in January for everybody. So please take this opportunity, if it resonates with you, to give something here a try. You won't regret it. It's amazing. Julius's energy just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger for me. And the projections of everything is more and more and more intense. And so here's your invitation and your opportunity to do so to the best of our ability for you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And then we're being asked where can we find more information about the 7 levels of consciousness. The best way to do that, I would say, number 1, to have a personal session. Number 2, you can go to channelingjulius.com and find information over there. And to have the most or the second most personalized session would be send an email to support@channelingjulius.com, support@channelingjulius.com, and they will immediately contact you and let you know exactly how you would like this presented to you and find the best way to help you and to support you and everybody around you, XXX Ocute Gaming, okay? Wonderful. All right. So again, let me show this different workshops and bold sessions and personal readings and DNA sessions. It's just amazing. As Kasey described very well, at the end of last year, we really decided to do something big and put everything available to you because we know this year was going to be heavy, heavy, heavy with, surprises and reactions and energies. And here we are supporting you all the way, as we will always be, because every single week at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays, we are here to support you. We have this incredible show in which Julius responds all the questions. And every single Sunday, we have new people in the house. And I'm going to ask questions that are coming from different people in the audience and that we still haven't asked today. So let's go to this question. We have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I think, we haven't had any question from Stacy Savage yet. Julius, I've heard that rejection is protection. Is there some truth to this?
Well, we're not quite sure. We actually have an idea of why you're asking that question, because there's a particular channel that loves to use little fancy little quips and quotes about different words and put them together. What we will tell you is this. The action and the feeling of rejection for most embodied beings, masters, is an action of judgment, And any time that you are projecting judgment, you are not protecting yourself. You are opening up the gateways for that same judgment to be cast back upon you. So we do not resonate with the statement that you are saying. You can choose to not comply with low energy frequency. Choose to not comply with low energy frequency and to project your own frequency as a high frequency state. And you are going to align with high frequency. And that's not protection. That's just putting yourself into an energetic space where low energy cannot interact with you. That is a creative process. That is a loving process. And that is a choosing process. That's the process that we support. The very need that you need, the very perception that you need protection is also fear-based. And the only time that you would need to protect yourself from a low frequency energy is if you keep sitting in that low frequency energy. But because you're going to attract what you project. So there's very little protection that is accomplished when you are projecting that you need protection, and then you will draw to you that which you are protecting yourself from. So we would suggest you simply raise your frequency, master, and not worry about it.
Excellent. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure, Stacy. As usual, let's go to the next question that comes from the one and only Elizabeth Wolf. Hi, Julius. Can you talk about the clones? Are those illegal immigrants clones?
No, some of them probably are. So we're not sure if you want us to talk about clones or if you want us to talk about illegal immigrants. What we can tell you is the flooding of the floodgates with the illegal immigrants coming in have all been about human trafficking opportunities for the U.S. and countries. That's pretty much what that's all about. We're not sure how deep you want to go into a conversation about clones, because there could be hours and hours and hours and hours on the conversation of that. Are there clones? Absolutely. Are there hybrids? Absolutely. Are there synthetics? Absolutely. A clone is not necessarily a synthetic. So there is black goo. There is black goo that is here on the earth, and it clones or duplicates DNA and humanoid embodiments. And it's currently frozen in a stasis of non-usage. That's part of what's in Antarctica right now. And they can use that black goo to reproduce or clone an organic body, but then they have to insert a soul into the organic body. So that's an organic clone. Okay. So, and then there's synthesized versions of cloning, and those are inorganic beings, and those are programmed. So there's all kinds of different cloning that's taking place.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Let me make an explanation because sometimes, we have so many new people in the house that I think it's important to know. So basically, every time that we go live, every single Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, US, we go live simultaneously to many different social media outlets, many different ones. And sometimes what happens is that these wonderful, beautiful powers that be decide that one or many of those, they don't want to share the chats with us. So you guys are chatting live on the social media outlet and we don't see them. Right. That's why we have a production team that tries to catch up with you and with me and try to do everything, as fast as possible so we can answer as many questions as possible. Okay. So all this to say, we appreciate very much your patience, but we know exactly everything that we are asking. So if you ask something and we don't answer, please wait, like I would say 10 to 15 minutes. And if we haven't asked your question or you are for sure, or for sure we're not asking it, feel free to repost it, okay? So we never take anything personal here. We're here to help you big time. All right, so let's go to this question from Katerina Spasic. When I was a little girl, I saw a big hand on my window waving to me. And I don't know who was that. Please, can you tell me who was that? Thank you.
Well, Master, we're always ultimately going to support that it's you, okay? That's you on another version of your own self, okay? If you want to reduce that down to roles that you play, we will probably tell you that you are able to, as a child, most children can see through the veils because you haven't been programmed enough to close them down, and you don't have enough calcification on your pineal gland to close them down. And so you have the opportunity to see interdimensional beings and also possibly beings that are no longer physical, So you could have just been simply getting a glimpse into another timeline where maybe a version of your own self was reaching out to you to say hello. It could be another version of you in a different costume reaching out to say hello. Could have been a guide, could have been an angel formation that, was reaching out and communicating to you. But ultimately, Master, keep in mind that there's only one of us here. There's only one energy. And any time that you believe that you are having an interaction with another being, that is a truth. But also remember, Master, that that's another version of you. So it just depends on which one satisfies your heart, satisfies your soul, and mostly brings a smile to your face. It does not feel like it was nefarious in any way. In fact, it feels very playful to us, and nothing more than an essence or a being seeking communication and attention from you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Next question coming from Norty. Are twin flames the same soul? And why do celebrities fake their own death? What is the agenda to this?
Very different questions. So there is no such thing as a soulmate or a twin flame in ultimate truth. Those are all reductions created by man to singulate people out and to romanticize relationships. That's what we will tell you. There's only one soul. There's only one energy, and everything is fractalized. Having said that, usually a twin flame, in theory, is a karmic agenda, what is known as a karmic agenda, where souls will really activate each other, and a lot of times through a lot of conflict and a lot of trauma, to really give the opportunity to surface traumas and limitations that you may have buried or choose to deal with. And you will send each other to each other to give you the opportunity to grow more expansively. So twin flame relationships, according to what most people will measure, are not peaceful. They are not peaceful, they are not calm, and in many, many, many cases are never really intended to last a really long time within a physical human experience. Most people will categorize soulmates as the really loving, nurturing, compassionate, empathetic, expansive relationship. So we will say soulmates don't ever do anything to destroy each other or harm each other, but twin flames can have a tendency to do that. We'll give you that explanation. But ultimately, masters, we always want to give you the ultimate truth, and that is that there is only one energy here. So really, it could be as a quote unquote twin flame. It is a mirror conscious reflective aspect of your own level of consciousness for you having the opportunity to take a look at your own self.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And someone else that we know very well, TJ Tombari, is in the house replying to Oshun. Oshun, hi Oshun, how are you? How are you, TJ? It's a pleasure to see you here in the chat. All right, so let's continue with the questions. Thank you, Nuri, for your question. And this question comes from Arti Sridharan. All areas of my life has been up in the air, meaning unsettled, for the past few years, and I have also been working on developing my spiritual abilities, but I feel stagnant. What and why is happening?
Well, Master, you're creating all of your experiences. So the very first thing that we would tell you to do is get out of a position of victimhood. Nothing's happening to you. Everything is happening for you. And the very minute that you shift that perception, your stagnation will disappear.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you, Artie, for the question. All right, let's go to the next question from Muse of Heart and Soul. SOL. When I look at the blue sky or snow on the ground, I start to see what looks like light particles moving around.
Mhm.
I only see these with light color background. What is this?
That's your projection of particles of matters, Master. You're looking at the hologram. You're just looking at pixels in the hologram. That's the truth. Very cool. Very cool. This is what we would encourage you to do. Move them. Move them with your thoughts and your emotions and see how amazing you are at creating your own reality.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Next question. And I might need some context, okay? So I'm just letting you know this is a message for Advanced Sound Healing, Mary Jacobs. I'm asking about Washington State. What do you want us to know?
Master, you're going to have to get more specific with that. You're way too vague. Way too vague. We are not have any idea where your thoughts are on that one. Please be more specific.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. And next question, Tara. Hi, I have a very large fibroid on the outside of my uterus up against my spine and was told it is inoperable without removing the uterus. Any comments on how to treat this and why it is there? Thank you.
Oh, well, it's there for many different reasons. Mostly you have a massive issue with your feminine energy. You've probably been punished for your feminine energy so many, many different times. And you also have a stifling aspect, in aspect of your feminine essence. So anything that happens energetically in the reproductive regions usually has a lot to do with either male or female energies. Your Everything that grows in the body has to do with mostly sugar and the meat and dairy industry and the hormones that are in your foods that you've ingested. But also the setup for cancer has to do with the destruction that sugar does on the body and the pathogens of the body. So that is probably, quote unquote, why it's there. Why you are choosing to have this experience, Master, is your opportunity to know yourself as source and to deal with your traumas and to deal with your limitations and possibly come back and further and deeper into the connection of loving yourself, You can reduce tumors and fibroids and things like that through oxygen therapy. We would suggest you look at chlorine dioxide protocol for that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. We have an ongoing conversation, a love story between Oshuna and TJ Tombari, which is not strange that it's happening because they love each other so much, and we do love them both too. So keep going, please. This is improving definitely the energy of the show today. Okay, so let's go to the next question that comes from Ashley Bell Caswell. Hi, Julius. My young daughter tells me that she sees different colors when music is playing.
Fantastic.
When music is playing. Can you explain
Fantastic. Absolutely, Master. So sound frequencies have colorations to them. Absolutely. They're just energy waves, energy waves. So everything from light to color to sound bounces off of each other, and there's a production of that truth. So it's amazing, amazing. And we love that she does that. We would strongly encourage you to journal that, to have that conversation with her, to have her draw pictures of the music that she hears. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. She has an extraordinary talent to see beyond the third dimension and into the fragments of light particles and sound frequencies. Amazing, amazing. Can you imagine, Master, the opportunity for her to be an artist that paints and draws music in colorations, shapes, and designs? Amazing, amazing. We send our absolute love and honor to both her and you. Please encourage her to continue to thrive in this area and do not shut it down. Do not shut it down, Masters. Remember, everybody, that sound has coloration to it. Light has coloration to it. Thought has coloration to it. These are all variations that are normally naked to the third dimensional ocular cavity aspect of your physical eye. So this means that she truly is seeing beyond third dimensional illusion and truly tapping into her intuitiveness. Amazing, Masters, amazing. She soon may be able to see color variations when people speak. She may literally, probably is on the verge of being able to see everybody's auric field based on the tones that their souls are vibrating with. So every one of you has a sound frequency that you are projecting, and that's what your auric field is picking up and demonstrating through its colorations.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Next question is an offline question from Sarah S. Let me show that to all the audience here. Here it is. Hey everyone, Julius, what do people mean exactly when they refer to those who are native to this planet?
Well, probably they're talking about the reincarnation cycle, but Masters, nobody is native to the planet. The planet is a ship. It's an interactive Earth ship that souls descend themselves onto in order to have a physical experience. No soul originates from the Earth ship. No soul originates from the Earth ship. A soul is light expanded into emotion. Soul is the emotional processor of thought. So nothing is native to the planet. The planet isn't even real. So how could you come from something that doesn't exist?
All right. Thank you so much. Another offline question, in this case from Mark Verheyen. I feel there is a group soul within the group of Julius who walked the planet and witnessed the life of the Nazarene, and that some, if not all of those souls of that group were Essens, Essenes, in case I'm pronouncing it wrong, okay? Is this so?
Master, we have played many, many roles in the human experience, both humanoid types of experiences, as have you, if you're the highest truth version of all that is, we have been all of you and anything that has ever been, just as you have, just as you have. There is no separateness between any of us. And that is the truth.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. By the way, I think I forgot to share this message from Jen Proles. It's always a great pleasure to share Jen's message. Always so happy to be here live. Wood, so much love to all. Thank you for always sharing. By the way, another reminder for the people new in the show, if you see me, well, if my own comments allow you to see me, I'm always going from one screen to the other because we have like 3 screens live at the same time simultaneously. And I go from one screen to the other to make sure that we answer as many questions as possible. And now we have a question which is also an offline question that comes from Pura Vida Wahin. I recently bought an RIFE machine, Do you
Rife
have
machine.
any Rife machine? Do you have any advice on its use? Thank you.
The Rife machines are lovely. They're energy frequency, machines, and they can be very, very lovely. So we think that that's a positive thing. Some people feel very strongly about using them for cancer treatments, and also for mental health, and for trauma, PTSD and things like that. The Rife machines can be absolutely lovely. And so if it resonates for you, Master, to do so, please use it.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Let me ask a question from also, it's an offline question from 2025 from Maria in Vienna. Yes, the capital city of Austria in Central Europe. Many people in Austria and Germany think that the changes coming through Trump, Putin, Musk, etc., are part of the World Economic Forum plans to implement one global government and control people this way even more. Julius, can you please give your view on this? Thank you very much.
You've been misinformed. Their desire is to not have one global platform in an essence of a hive mentality. You already have been under that. What you are talking about is being fear mongering for you. The intention is to reduce the impact of governmental influence globally and give more power back to the people of the earth. That is the agenda of Z, Trump, and Putin, or who we should say the characters playing those roles.
All right. Thank you so much. Another question, also offline, comes from Hilda B. We haven't seen Hilda B in the chat live today. Hilda, where are you? Where are you? One of the most active chatters on our comments here on the chat. Hilda B, does the removal of traumatic vaults help us transcend and elevate the low consciousness perspectives that created the vaults? That's a great question.
Yeah. So here's yes, and what can happen too, then, Master, is you you have been the participant in creating those vaults and allowing those vaults to be in your field. So your continued conscious work is necessary to keep the fields clear. There's no question about that. During the process, we use energy to transcend the energy of those vaults into a higher aspect to remove them from your seven embodiment energetic field, which allows energy to flow more freely to and from you as you create your reality for your world and for your life. With toxicities and blockages and obstacles in your energetic field, it causes disruption in this flow. And that can cause a definitive disruption and limitation in your life that you project and create for yourself. So together we will work with you to remove these vaults. It is up to you, Master, to continue to keep your clear field available for yourself.
And that was the last question of today's show. Amazingly enough, as it always happens to us, we've reached the end of the show. So first of all, thank you to all of you showing up early and sending your questions. Thank you for your patience. We're really happy that we have been able to help you today. And Julius obviously is the key thing. And obviously Julius and their group of entities are always sharing what they know. So thank you so much for doing that, Julius, and your group of entities. Thank you, Kasey, so much for being able to make that available to so many people this incredible year called 2025.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Any final thoughts, any reminders about these incredible, specials that we are prolonging?
Yeah. We want to invite everybody, of course, to visit the website channelingjulius.com. There's just always so much going on there. We really, really want to give everybody inspiration for this year. Keep your thoughts so excited, so much positivity, so much enthusiasm, and so much light. Unfortunately, everybody's been kind of dragged down over the last few years, and we really want to get everybody enthusiastic. please inspire everybody out there. Please. You are the light. You are the change and the influence of positivity that everybody is starving for, starving for. We want to thank you so very much from the bottoms of our hearts. We have so much appreciation for all of you, to continue to have the opportunity not only to have this show, but to see all of you and interact with all of you. It's amazing, right? It's amazing. So go out there and be amazing for everybody, please.
Absolutely. And I'm going to leave here. Okay, I'm going to leave here the overlay with the chat so you can see the last comments coming in. So again, thank you everybody. It's been our pleasure. We have enjoyed the conversation as much as you have. That was show number 91. 91. We are approaching the 100 of the Ask Julius Show here in Expansion Network. As you read here behind me, accelerating the consciousness of humanity every single day. Thanks to Kasey, thanks to Julius and the group of entities, and thanks to the rest of the production team that helps us have these going on and alive and active every single day. We have some challenges, but we are always back every single Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We really, really, really love you. Thank you for making this possible and for contributing to the expansion and the acceleration of the consciousness of humanity. We love you. We're going to leave all those comments here, and we're going to leave these until next Sunday. It's going to be already next Sunday. Is it February already? It's on next Sunday. It must be, right?
Oh
It's
my
crazy.
gosh.
Oh my God.
It's like smoke through a keyhole. It's just like smoke through a keyhole, isn't it? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is how fast the year is going. It's just amazing. So anyway, keep the speed up, okay? Please don't slow down. Keep the speed up. This is going to be, and it's already being, an amazing year, okay? So thank you so much. And we expect to have soon an outro video. We already, premiered today the intro video. We hope to do the same thing with our outro video. It's going to be much easier right now that we've redone the intro. Thank you so much. And again, we love you. And let's leave these as an outro for the show today. See you next Sunday. Remember, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, US. Bye-bye. We love you.